All right, I just landed in LA like a couple hours ago. Just grabbed some food. Um, I got here to buy one of my dream cars. I may or may not put it in the thumbnail, so if I did, you already know what it is. Yo, I could not be happier right now. 2004 Laguna Seca Blue E46 M3 coupe, sunroof, 6-speed manual. It's fucking beautiful. The paint is in really good shape. I mean, it needs a detail, but that's no big deal. The paint overall is in amazing shape. I just flew over to LA to pick this up from New York. I just drove 20 miles of this canyon road. It's amazing. It drives fucking perfect. It's planted to the road. It's got the perfect amount of power. The gears are perfect. Like, I have zero complaints about this car. So it's gonna need new tranny mounts for sure, because I feel the transmission moving around when I hit the gas and get off it. I like these wheels, so I'm not gonna rush changing the wheels, but I want either CSLs or BBS LMRs, and I'm leaning towards LMRs. So we'll see how that turns out. It's completely bone stock right now, as it left the factory. It's got Bilstein shocks, but they're factory spec. It's on stock exhaust, so that needs to be changed. In my opinion, the exhaust is the first thing that needs to go. And I'll look into what systems I want to go for and stuff like that. I may or may not get a CSL splitter. I'm not sure, because I mean, the bumper is just in amazing shape, and that's really hard to find. So I'm kind of iffy about drilling holes into it. It's got 128,000 miles, factory head unit, factory everything. I mean, I cannot complain one single bit about this car. I could not be happier. So now I'm about to drive it from LA all the way back to New Jersey. Apologies for this little black spot on my screen. Don't know what that is, but it's about 10 p.m. We had a Motel 6. I put this tape on the front just to protect it from rocks and shit like that. It looks silly, but it'll be worth it. Oh, the camera's better now. But we in Barstow, California. We made it a little bit. Only driving for like 3 hours, less than 3 hours. So tomorrow we'll get a good amount of driving done. She drives fucking great. It needs tranny mounts and some shifter bushings. But other than that, it drives amazing. Alright, it's the next morning in Barstow. It's a beautiful fucking day today. We're gonna get breakfast and hit the road. It's 8:30 in the morning, drive till about 10 at night, stop for food. So it should make up some pretty good ground today. It's 9 a.m. Just woke up in Albuquerque. Car still looking good. Before we get on the road, we're gonna look at some cool landmarks, but I just sprayed up the bumper, put some new tape on it, and we're gonna put our bags in and get on our way. It's the fucking Breaking Bad house. It's the Walter White residence. It's crazy. So there was a really bad vibration coming from the car. It wasn't too bad at first, like yesterday, but it got to a point where it was like shaking the whole fucking car. These don't come with a jack and a spare, so I couldn't jack it up, but I backed it up onto this curb and I was able to get underneath. What happened was the drive shaft, the rear, the flange that connects to the diff on the drive shaft, it shit the bed. It busts open and spit most of the grease out, and it's fucking moving around in there bad. So not ideal. It shakes like fuck at like 70 miles an hour. It starts around 40. So I did just order a new one. It was only $200, which I'm pretty happy about. So it should get there like a day or two after I get home. But for now, I want to get it home because that is a real concern. If I'm not careful, I could blow it up and then it's not drivable. So I'm going to try my best to be easy with it, try to make it vibrate as little as possible. If that means getting home hours later, then is what it is. But it should be all right as long as I'm careful. So we'll keep you updated. It's 10:30 p.m. Just made it to a motel in Oklahoma. I didn't get any of it on video, but we stopped at a Walmart. I grabbed some grease, duct tape, zip ties, scissors, and I got a scissor jack. And what I did was I put some grease in the rear drive shaft bearing because it lost a bit of grease, and hopefully that keeps it from exploding. But it's still vibrating like fuck. It's still pretty bad. So I made it back here. I was going about like 70 miles an hour and it was okay. So we got about 1,500 miles, 22 hours more to go. It's about 2 days. So it should be all right. It should make it. I'm confident. It's 9:48. We're in Oklahoma. 21 hours, 13 minutes to go. Alright, I stopped at a Love's real quick because the vibrating got so bad to a point where I could barely drive the speed limit. Well, I could barely drive like 30. I'm pretty sure the center bearing is completely fucked off. So I stopped and got some JB Weld and a ratchet set, and I'm gonna see what I can do, if I can make some shit happen. Alright, it's 9:30 p.m. I've been at this for a couple hours now. I kind of sort of put some grease and makeshift fix the rear bearing with some duct tape. Honestly, I don't think it's gonna work, but it's really not that important. The main thing is that the center bearing is completely gone. So I put some clear sealant in there, and I'm gonna let it dry up, see if that'll make like a temporary bearing to get us home. I've never done anything like that, so we'll see if it works out. Now we gonna get some McDonald's. Just to give you all a visual, you can see where I put the sealant shit in the center bearing, and it's pretty dry now, so hopefully overnight it'll dry some more and work to get us home. And then this is the situation at the rear bearing. I don't think it'll do much, but it's something. I should have got you all the video before. You could see it exploded and the ball bearings came out. So I put a little more grease in there. Hopefully it'll get us home. We'll see. All right, moment of truth. I'm gonna take it real slow so it won't put too much pressure on it. We can get to a motel and let it dry some more overnight. I don't hear any. I do. I hear the moving around from the rear bearing, which is fine. But I don't think I hear anything from the center bearing. I don't know where to go. I'm gonna get directions. Unfortunately, the center bearing is still making noise at 3 miles an hour. So I guess it's not fixed. That took hours. But I guess see how it goes. Still got about 1,000 miles to cover. Alright, so we're back on the highway going at speed. It still vibrates just as bad, but that doesn't concern me too much. The knocking from the center bearing is still there, but it's not nearly as bad before I fixed it, which is good. So I think what I'm gonna do is get us to the motel, and then once we get to the motel, I'll put some more of that shit, silicone, I guess, and let that cure overnight, and it should be better tomorrow, because I think it is doing its job as I wanted it to, just not as well. Alright, it's 10:45. I'm parked up at the motel in Rolla, pretty sure it's Rolla, Missouri. I'm gonna make an attempt to put some more of this bullshit in the center bearing, because there was a little bit of knocking, but a lot less than when I stopped. So if I can really make it thick, make it more solid, hopefully it should get us home without falling apart again. I fucking hate scissor jacks. That's not fucking sketch. I mean, passes the test. I don't think it'll follow me. Just pulled the skid plate off. So you could see in there where I put some of it, and some of it stayed, some of it was peeling out. I just took a little chunk out. So I'm gonna put as much in there as I can reach and as much as I can do, and that's gonna cure overnight. And hopefully by tomorrow, it's better and enough to get us home. We got 15 hours left. Alright, apologies for the camera, but I got a healthy amount of sealant in there. Hopefully it dries up and holds up pretty nice on the highway. If not, then I'm gonna have to figure it out from there, but I think that should be good. Alright, I got the skid plates back in, and that's all done. Laying on rough concrete under a car that's held up by a scissor jack is not a good time. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. So that's all done. I'm gonna let that cure overnight. I gotta watch my damn phone because I got shit all over it. And I'll see you in the morning. So it wasn't going too bad. We got about an hour down the road and it was doing fine. The center bearing was making a little bit of noise at low speeds, but absolutely nothing at highway speeds until I hit about like 90, 95, and it started making noise again. So I guess that's the limit. I put more RTV in the center bearing because I saw some of the RTV just kind of slipped out. So I put it back in, put more all around it, and it should be okay. Just got some McDonald's. I'm gonna wait for this to dry about an hour, and I think it should be fine, and I'll try to keep it below like 80 miles an hour, and it should be fine. We got about 14 more hours to go. Alright, I've been driving for about an hour and a half. It's still vibrating pretty bad. You could maybe hear it on camera. But the center bearing knocking is pretty much gone. There was one point where I was going up a hill and I heard a little bit of knocking, but that was the cruise control giving it too much throttle. So I have cruise control on. I've been going like 65 to 75. Right now I'm going 70. And I do a lot of throttle control to keep the vibrations down. But I think the center bearing is good. I think it should last till we get home. We got about 13 more hours to go. So the rest of tonight and then about 5 or 6 hours tomorrow, I think she'll hold up. Just pulled up to a restaurant. We in Ohio, in the middle of fucking nowhere. About 10 hours left to go. 663 miles. The car's actually holding up pretty nice. Around 65 to 75 miles an hour. There's absolutely no sound from the center bearing. It does still vibrate like fuck, but that's not really a problem. It should get us home. I am worried about the last hour of the trip, because that's gonna be like 30 to 60 miles an hour and it's gonna make a lot of noise, but I think it should be all right. Alright, so if all goes to plan, today's our last day of traveling. We got about 7 hours left in our trip. Everything should go well as far as the drive shaft. The only thing I am kind of concerned about is, like I said, the last hour of the trip, which, you know, I should be able to limp it home. It shouldn't be a problem. And if anything, at that point, I could just go home and grab my trailer. But it's about 10:30 in the morning. Should be home before the sun goes down, if all goes well. So I can't really put too much pressure or give it too much gas, or else the center bearing is gonna knock like fuck, and I don't want to risk breaking it. So, and now the highway entrance is a hill, so I'm moving at like 15-20 miles an hour. I got the hazards on, and realistically I just gotta wait till the crest of the hill, and then I'll let gravity take me to like 70 miles an hour, and then I'm good for the rest of the way. But I mean, right now it's kind of sketch. I think these truck drivers know what they're doing. I think we'll be alright. But this sucks. It is pretty sketch. We're at 5th, a little early. Like that, we on our way. We got about 7 hours to go. Only took about 20 minutes to get up to speed. Not too bad. Now we just gotta cross Pennsylvania. Well, center bearing's gone. Alright, some stranger was nice enough to give me a ride to Walmart down the road. So I got some JB Weld and some more sealant. And I'm gonna see if I can get us home. Alright, so I've been letting this drive for an hour. I put, maybe you can see my finger. Let me see. There you go. So I put this RTV as a new temporary bearing. And I put some JB Weld, like, I guess, supports in there. I'm not sure. They don't feel that hard, to be honest. But they're not that important. The RTV is what's really important. And then I put JB Weld here and here to put the bearing housing back in place, because that's what broke off. That was causing all the sound. So as long as the RTV sticks together and I don't put too much strain
on the drive shaft while I'm driving, then it should all be fine. Should. All right, didn't work. Didn't fucking work. I'm still 6.5 hours from home. So here's the deal. I couldn't fix it. I tried my best. My mechanical prowess was not enough this time, sadly, with my Walmart tools and hardware. So, my mom is going to pick up my truck and trailer and come down and get us. And I'm gonna load the car up on the trailer and drive us home. Yep. She's never driven a trailer in her life, but it's the first time for everything. So it's going great. That's awful. I'm going like 3 miles an hour. Fuck. My foot is starting to hurt from this clutch control. And we got a hefty hill ahead. It's only 4.5, well, it's 4.5 miles till we turn. I don't know how many miles total, but that's a long time when you're going 2 miles an hour. All right, so while I was on the road, some chill ass cop pulled me over and I explained the situation. And he had me park the car in a safe spot and gave us a ride to the Motel 6 we're in now. Nice guy. So I had my mom come over here with my truck and trailer. So it's now almost 4 a.m., a few minutes to 4 a.m., and my mom's outside with the truck and trailer. So I owe her big time, but I'm gonna load the car up on my trailer and drive it home the rest of the way. So I tried to fix it. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough this time, but it's all good. It'll get home. We did lose about 2 days of traveling because of this drive shaft, but it is what it is. Shit happens. Here she is. It's 4 in the fucking morning. Now I'm about to drive back to New York. Good times. All right, it's about 4:30, almost 5 in the morning. I got the car loaded up. Got to use my badass fucking winch lights. Now it's about 6.5 hours to get home. But it'll be a good time. Good drive. Need to get gas. Alright, so we got home today around 3:30 p.m. I think I called my mom yesterday around like 5 p.m., which is insane. So I called my mom at 5 p.m. She came to pick us up. I owe her a lot. And then I drove us back with the car in the trailer. Came back, unloaded it, and she's here. It's fucking here. After all that bullshit. All that struggle across the country is fucking here. It still doesn't feel real. It still feels like I can't believe this is mine. It's fucking insane. Like, I don't care about the drive shaft. I can't believe this shit is mine. I am a little sick right now for some reason. I think it's from the AC. So excuse me. But we got home and I immediately went to go pick up the new drive shaft. There it is right there. Picked that up, went and got a pizza, and now we're back here and it's about 7 p.m. So aside from like 2 hours of sleep, I've been up since yesterday at, oh shit, I think I woke up yesterday at like 8 a.m. So it's been a while. I need to get some sleep. So I'm gonna go eat some pizza, get some sleep, and tomorrow, or I should say next video, I'm gonna fix the drive shaft, take that thing for a drive, enjoy it, and go over some of the things I want to do with it. Well, everything I want to do with it. But that'll wrap up this video. Extremely happy, feeling extremely blessed. I have a fucking Laguna Seca M3.